Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of TheCaliEffect. I am here with Eric.
Hi.
And today, we're going to be going over a very interesting matchup. It's going to be Mikhail Martinez's Bujin deck versus Christian White's Madolche deck. This will be a very interesting matchup. Mikhail Martinez is going to start off with the pot of duality. The duality is going to get him into the Yamato play, and then the Yamato is going to eventually dump the hair. Two back row is pretty much, I think that's going to sum up his turn, and I think he has an extraordinary opening, being able to soft lock Christian White. What do you feel?
What did he pitch? He pitched the hair.
Obviously the hair.
Yeah, he's got it pretty set right now, especially if it's against Madolche's. Even though he knows what the matchup is, correct?
Yes, he's very aware.
He has already what's in mind of what he's facing. Two back row and a Yamato first turn. Pretty rough.
I think he's very much set. But you also have to remember that Christian White is playing Madolche's. Madolche's don't target, Madolche's don't destroy.
No, they don't. And Madolche's do have the matchup. In fact, because I used to play Madolche's.
Madolche's are strongly favored in this matchup. Just because of Tiramisu being able to get rid of Bujin Yamato without targeting or destroying the card in itself. So Christian White's going to set his back row, set a monster in defense, and then he's going to pass his turn. This is going to be extremely interesting to watch as the battle levies on.
Most likely a fire or ice hand.
You know what? I think the fire ice hand version of Madolche is probably the best version because you get the disruption through your fire and ice hands. And you not on top of that, you also get monsters in the graveyard to activate for Who Cake. It just fuels the combo so well.
Only at 2 though, 2 each.
Yeah, personally 3 gets really cloggy, and ironically, I just couldn't do it. It's more to say about that irony in there, but I can't really spoil it for you guys. Let's just get on to the game.
To be honest, I'm actually curious on what kind of build the Yamato player has. If he's using a very slow build, sit on Yamato, flip up Royal Tribute with the Kaiser Coliseum, or if he's going for the Vanity's Emptiness, either one. Or if he's going for the faster one with all the plays with Hirumi,
yeah.
And Mitsuzuki or whatever his name is.
Well, Christian White's going to be setting up with his Madolche Mageline. Mageline is going to add him Angeli to his hand. That's a really nice card, don't you think,
If
Eric?
he has Mufule in hand, well, plays are about to go off.
And it's not going to be really nice for Christian to play against this game once Tiramisu does hit the board. Now, as you guys can see, we're having some zooming in technical difficulties. The jackass that recorded it isn't really avid at recording.
Was it TJ? Wasn't TJ?
Let's not get into it, okay?
Was it TJ?
Let's not get into it.
Can I smoke it?
No, you can't.
Oh.
You know what? I'm pretty sure it's back to Mikhail Martinez's turn. Before I even go out there, I want to put that both of these players are extremely skilled, winning at a Gamer's Paradise multiple times. They are probably one of the most competitive 2 people that consistently reach our shop at a time. Not taking away from the other players, but these guys have numbers and belts and accomplishments under their belt to say that there's some of the better players in Las Vegas.
Very true.
So Mikhail is going to attack into the Mageline. And Christian White, obviously, since Mageline's a mandatory effect, it goes back into the deck. And Christian White drops down to 7,400 from that hit. It's going to be back to Christian White. And as you can see, Jackass TJ. Crap, I said his name, didn't I? Oh, well. If you guys did not know, that is more of a struggle. I'm extremely excited to see what Christian White's next play will be. I'm assuming he's asking about confirmation of what the Mikazushi gets, which ultimately got him the Bujin Carnation. He wanted to read it real quick. If you guys did not know, Bujin Carnation is a spell card. It's a very strong spell card. It makes Bujins, it gives them their forte of the deck. It's their card.
It definitely comes out of nowhere sometimes when you're not expecting, especially in long games, and you keep on going with them, and that grind happens. And what's nice right now is even with, he's actually doing quite a smart move with keeping 2 on field and not going into an Exceed. Because, I mean, Christian might be waiting for that because he might just want to get that much of a pulse Not a pulse, but he wants to lose that card advantage.
Yeah. And sometimes safely just sitting on Yamato and Mikazushi, the war gods, the guys that are amazing at creating mismatches for the opponent, is the superior option. We obviously know that Mikhail is not open Kaiser Coliseum, or I'm pretty sure he would have kept the Yamato on board. Christian follows up with another Madolche. I'm assuming that Madolche is going to get Philly. And that's pretty much going to set him up for the next turn. Mikhail, on his turn, summons the Bujin Crane. Am I reading correct? He summons the Bujin Crane. He's going into an XC play. He's sure, just like we're sure, that is a hand face down, and he's going to be making a play to get over that. Or, nope. Bujin Susuano. He's going to Susuano maybe into the Hirumi then?
He's probably set up the grave already with turtle hairs. So he's not too afraid of what the hands can do. However, it is kind of a surprise that he did go to an XE, knowing that they have the Mikhail and also Angeli in hand. The play is live for Tiramisu plus Levier. Yeah. So he has to have something in the background, running in that back row, just for protection. Otherwise, he could have his board pretty much cleared in one turn.
This could be rough for Christian White in the long run, mainly because, like you said, this can get heavy as soon as that monster acts. He does add Bujin Hirumi, so he's going balls deep. He's going to make that Hirumi Dweller, I assume, negate the hands effects, keep the Madolche Madolche into the graveyard, and swing for a good amount of damage, because you guys have to remember, Susanoo is probably one of the best X-Seed monsters out there at in terms of attacking.
Just keep swinging?
Yes, it can swing at as many monsters as it wants to.
If it wants to like funny playing swings to see how much that thing will wreck.
Still summon Yamato, attack. Oh, you don't have any more? That's fine. Go. And it becomes a struggle right there. It's a better X-Seed of Ultimate Tyranno. Mikhail Martinez is going to drop Christian White down to 4,600 life points. Is that a trap stun being activated? Yes, it looks like it. It was a trap stun. So Christian White just might be going into a play.
He wants that play to be live.
Oh, yeah, he wants all of the marbles, and it's perfectly fine with that.
The issue is, now that he did his play so heavily, he might have to pay for it.
Yeah, so it's going to be Mufili to the Angeli. Angeli's going to special summon Who Cake.
Do we see a Book of Moon stop this play?
A Book of Moon would be extremely... it'd be defining in this game right here. It'd definitely put Christian White into a very tight spot, which would more than likely cost him the game.
He did wait to, if he has it, he did wait for the Who Cake play, which might be a mistake in the future.
Yeah.
It doesn't get destroyed by battle.
The Book of Moon would have been, wait, why did he get Madolche?
Not quite sure. I think he made a mistake. There we go.
There you go. Okay. He obviously accidentally picked Madolche because he searched the ticket. The ticket, I feel, is the better card to search. If you have no board, then the Chateau.
I believe it's after playing Madolche enough myself. I believe it's depending on your field. Sometimes if you do, like he has a hand still. Sometimes if you do need to re-incur the play again of grabbing your Mikhail and also your Tiramisu, sometimes you do want to recycle it with Chateau. But the better option usually is take it to beat out first. But it's just sometimes you need to have that presence. You need to have that replay of the second Tiramisu coming out next turn.
Okay.
And I find that really disruptive on most players. But Ticket is definitely a great option because it allows you to special summon another monster. It definitely brings in more damage in the end usually.
Okay. So Tiramisu is going to be summoned. I believe Mikhail Martinez is going to change Weller. Which, I mean, it doesn't help him in any way, shape, or form, but hey, you never know.
Right.
You never know. Tiramisu is getting ready to wreck some face right about now. He's going to chain the Dweller. Christian White has already activated his Tiramisu. Now I believe Christian White is going to select his targets, which are the Susuano and the back row. He knew the back row was not immediately responsive, so he decided that he could get rid of it right now, as opposed to going into battle and losing it into a dimension prison. Next,
probably going to be doing about 56 damage this turn.
Oh wow!
If not a little bit less, since he didn't send back both monsters. But it looks like he's about to do a heavy swing into those life points and bringing him about even now.
Okay, so the Levier is going to attack the Dweller for 100 damage.
The 16. He's taking 38 damage this turn.
So he's down to 4,100. Yeah, so 39.
So 39.
Okay, he's down to 4,100 life points. Mikhail Martinez is now put in a behind position, but we do know he has at least one Bujin Carnation in hand to come back. Does Christian White have some sort of counter?
And honestly, I mean, maybe the Chateau may have been nicer because if he does get Suspawner right now and everything dies right here, he will get another search off, but he already special summoned the other one, so you know, unless he has an Angeli in hand and a Mikhail that he can search, he can't go into play again, and the other player, Mikhail, might just have the advantage all over again.
So, Bujin Carnation is going to be activated. Christian White selects the hair as a target, Mikhail Martinez targets the hair as a target, and Christian White is going to drop a DD Crow. I know it's hard for you guys to see, but he drops a DD Crow, stopping the first Bujin Carnation. So Mikhail Martinez activates his second Bujin Carnation. That is the maximum struggle right there. It's nothing else to be said. That's crazy.
You know, they really need a once per turn on that card.
No, please, no.
They need it.
But Bujins need that card. That's their backbone. That is their backbone. That card helps them so much. It's not even funny how much that card helps them.
Once per turn. There you go.
But no, you only can go into Beast Warriors anyways.
True.
Or Beast Warriors or Winged Beast. I'm sorry. It's not like I can make any card I want to. Can't make 101. I can't make Castell now. But I can't make 101. So
Castell is deadly.
Castell is a really good card. You were correct. With that, he's going to go into another Susanoo. Am I correct? Looks like I can't really see it because there's obviously some bad cameraman right now. But it looks like it's a Susanoo.
Start swinging.
Yeah. And that's going to cripple Christian White's whole field advantage just because Susanoo can rip through all of the monsters and still inflict damage.
Surprising because I've only seen one crane so far.
Yes.
I haven't seen a second crane drop, and that's unusual.
That's unusual for Bujin. Well, we did have the 2 Carnations, so you can't be that sad.
True.
You got.
But I mean, he did for a few turns have Yamato down, so it's a wonder if he just stocked the good monsters in his head, keeping the.
Well, personally, from playing Madolche so much with Bujin, the crane isn't.
It's not going to do much.
Yeah, I'd rather summon the crane and go into a monster that can get over your hands or disrupt your plays than keep the crane in hand and wait for you to Tiramisumi. Because that's not cool at all. The crane is just like, hi, I'm Bujin Crane. I like to defend myself with monsters.
How much activate?
When do I activate? Oh, never? Oh, that's fine. And it doesn't help when a hand is ramming into your Bujin monster.
You know what's sad is I wish you could stack cranes on top of each other, kind of like a Blackwing effect.
You are horrible.
You know,
Why?
Kalut, just triple Kalut on them.
Then make them pay.
Just all that swing.
Make them play. Make them pay.
All that swing.
Triple crane game. That even makes sense. That even makes sense. So Mikhail is still thinking about his plays, I believe. This is interesting. What could he possibly be doing? He has the Mikazushi on field. He has the Susanoo. I think he's thinking about getting just some more damage in here.
It looks like it. I mean, the best thing you can do is swing. Maybe he's thinking about Ticket activating, and that's why he's positive.
Yeah, Ticket can be a deadly card. And as from what we can see, Christian White only has 1 card in hand, though. So that actually might not be much of a problem. Yes, he could get... there's a possibility
if it is Angeli,
yeah.
if he searches Mikhail, or the opposite...
You are correct.
The play then can end up,
It could be a problem. You are correct.
Right, well, not OTK, but doing the rest of the day.
It could deal Mikhail the rest of his game.
You can do 66 damage in 1 turn with Madolche in the play with
the regular Madolche play.
And Angeli, you can do up to 66.
Okay.
Leaving you at 14. He's at 41, so we already know that more damage can happen.
Some quick calculations are done. Mikhail decides to special summon Hirume.
That 2000.
That actually
2100.
Yeah, that might be a game decider right there. That's important though. And he's gonna attack Susanoo into all of the monsters,
smack,
crashing into it, and Christian White picks up the game 1. So Mikhail Martinez is awarded game 1 through Bujin Susanoo, really deciding all of his plays. All right, everyone. We are going into game 2. Mikhail Martinez 8,000, Christian White 8,000. I think it's going to be a very interesting matchup. Let's see what they've gotten into their sideboards. What exactly would you side against these type of decks?
Well, Madolche is maybe a debug, but I mean honestly, your nature of the deck stops them. It stops them pretty plainly, honestly. If you tiramisu correctly, you can replace nicely, and you just bounce their stuff back. It really doesn't matter, especially because they're not targeting. So we can overhit it quite easily. It's just sometimes if the Bujin player has the back row to stop us, it can hurt extremely bad.
Okay. The ideal thing for the Bujin player to side would be Maxi's, maybe Effect Veilers. It all depends. Maxi's, Effect Veilers, Crows. There's so many cards in the Bujin arsenal that can completely wreck Christian White and his Madolches.
Right.
And I think that's what the upper hand comes into, is that game 2 and game 3. What exactly can Bujin bring to the table to counter Christian White and his Madolches?
I think that's the problem with Madolches in the first place, is that they can be stopped so easily. You stop one of their effects, you stop OK. You just have to stop them at one point. You have to just keep them in their play, whether it be Maxi's, Debongs, not Debongs, but Maxi's, Effect Veilers. One play their play is crucial, and if it ever does not go through, as long as you have a response, you're going to do major damage.
And Maxi doesn't necessarily stop them, but it gives you the resources to come back. Christian White has a 2 back row card, or a face down monster, a face down card, and he started off with the Chateau in the ticket extremely early. So this already looks to be in Christian White's favor. Mikhail Martinez sets 4 back row. Man, that's a lot of back row. Christian White flips summon his Fire Hand, and he's going to be looking to do some damage. Now, keep in mind, let's say if Mikhail did run Mirror Force. It's perfectly fine right now. There's no targets for Fire Hand, so Christian White's put himself in a position, by having a Fire Hand on the field with no monster targets.
But he took the risk, and it did reward.
Yes, it rewarded him with 1,600 damage. Mikhail is running away from this Fire Hand, and this 5 back row just looks extremely strong. Fire Hand pokes one more time. And Mikhail checks. He's thinking about it. Hopefully there's some type of counter. Or maybe he used, I don't know. Maybe, oh yeah, it looks like it went through. So Mikhail's down to 4,800. Christian White has 8,000.
He's just big.
Yeah, the game has barely begun. Mikhail does have 4 back row, but it seems not to be helping. Or 5, I apologize. You're correct. And this Fire Hand's going to be stopped with a Fiendish Chain. Completely stopping the Fire Hand's monster's attack. I don't think any of Mikhail's back row is genuinely responsive to the hand.
I honestly thought it would be more of a debug type thing, knowing that the hands can still be in there.
Okay.
But Fiendish is
Fiendish stops the Madolches right in their tracks. I feel that it's superior to Breakthrough Skill against the Madolche matchup because it also prevents your hands from attacking. Whereas Breakthrough Skill, okay, I'm just going to negate the monster's effect once, and I'm not going to... You don't run into Floodgate type monsters, so it really isn't going to hurt me. Christian White summons his 2nd copy of Fire Hand. Now, a Torrential Tribute would be very, very risky right now. Yeah, it'll put Mikhail in a position. Mikhail debates on a Solemn Warning? What? And he gives up 2,000 of his life points to stop the Fire Hand from attacking. Mikhail's in not a great position right now. It doesn't... Yeah, he seems to be in the danger zone right now. I don't think anything is going to help.
We see an Ice Hand now.
And now Christian flips up that face down Ice Hand. I think Christian just completely drew all of the hands.
Oh my god.
For his hand, he drew the hands, so...
And he has the Chateau and tickets saying that not just doing nothing.
Yeah.
That 4 back row and those tickets and Chateaus doing absolutely nothing this match. It's all been about those hands.
Yeah, basically he's playing hand control right now. Completely dominating Mikhail Martinez's life points, who the Ice Hand just got through, so Mikhail is down to his last 1,400. Mikhail summons Bujin Yamato and loses it to a Bottomless.
Oh,
that Bottomless too strong. Maybe a Forbidden Lance to save the Bujin Yamato. Anything? Mikhail looks at his back row. Helmet? Anything? It's a Book of Moon. Okay, anything to protect his monster and prevent him from going into game. Christian White checks his back row. Maybe there's a response. None.
And it's good.
Doesn't look like it. Bujin Yamato's going to flip face down. Nothing else to be said about that. That Bottomless should be going to the graveyard just about right now, but I have a feeling that it's going to be a reminder of why Bujin Yamato was face down. Just a strong reminder why this deck can just be too strong at sometimes. Yeah. Mikhail is definitely not losing to Madolches themselves, but Fire and Ice Hand. And it's crazy because Fire and Ice Hand this is something, the deck has a really good matchup against Fire and Ice Hand. So it's one of those like, wait, why am I losing to Fire and Ice Hand? But
we see Kaiser
calls him. That should be able to slow game state. And Bujin Yamato has bounced back with the Compulse. Or wait, what happened? Okay.
I'm quite sure.
I'm not 100% sure what happened. But a breakthrough skill was applied to the Mufili. It must have been bounced back with the Compulse. And the Torrential Tribute is chained, getting the Mufili off the field, special summoning his Madolche monster,
oh my God,
and being able to attack for game. How smart of Christian White to prepare for that event and still be able to put game on the table no matter what. That's pretty brilliant of Christian himself. This seems to be over as Mikhail and both Christian are picking up their cards. That's just about game. Let's get into game 3. It doesn't seem like either of them are sideboarding, but it's interesting because now Christian White is pile shuffling. You would think that he probably drew all of the hands.
You know, that is one thing that with Madolche is they do enough searching to where they actually put themselves almost in order in your deck, unfortunately. So power shuffling is needed almost after every goal.
Yeah, and hopefully he won't draw, get in a sticky situation like last time. Mikhail is ready. Christian White seems to be ready. The life points are back to 8,000 each. Let's see what we can get from this game. Both players are 1-1. Mikhail winning just by Abyss Dweller and sheer dominance with Susuono. Christian White has put the hands on him, yep, as one would say. And we're back into a game 3, forced by Christian White. Let's see exactly what will happen.
Christian White does have the advantage still.
Yeah, as a Madolche player, he does, being able to get rid of some unsurmountable quote-unquote fields with the soft locks that Bujin Yamato make. But side deck is key, yes. And like I said, these two players are really good at their craft. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're playing against, and they know how to effectively disrupt each other's decks.
Which is what makes this such an interesting duel, is that you are witnessing two players actually go at it.
Yes. Two pretty good players. Like I said before, some of the best players in Vegas. Only at a Gamer's Paradise go at it.
Yep.
Mikhail decides to go first. Bujin Yamato's going to drop the hair. We already know that.
So quick when he gets that out there.
Duh, summon Yamato!
The helmet on!
The helmet on! Turn that helmet on. Hop up out the bed. Turn your helmet on.
You know, I'm actually kind of afraid of some Yamato players because I'm afraid they're going to get so angry and throw it at me when they lose.
Hop up out the bed. Turn my helmet on. Yeah, and set 2 back row and pass turn. I mean that's basically what the deck does. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's Bujin.
Sit down on your motto.
Christian's gonna start off with 1 monster in defensive position. I mean, as I know you, I've played you a couple of times with Madolche. It's a hand.
But that's also some of my tricks. And
no, there's no trick. It's a hand.
Sometimes set, like a messenger lotto.
That's fine. It's a hand. I know it's a hand. If it's a messenger lotto, that's fine as well. But I know it's a hand.
Hey, I've won a couple of games because we'll pause on that sometimes.
Oh, wow. But you can set that message gelato and summon your second message gelato and go into tiramisu, but no targets engraved, so it's fine.
Well, usually it's a little bit into game.
I mean, yeah, if it's a little bit into game, then that's a different story.
But it's funny how many people will stop because of hands. Especially when they don't know how to react to them. They just sit there going, fuck, it's a hand.
Yeah.
What do I do?
So Mikhail's going to summon Mikazushi and then pass turn again, sending his other Bujin cards to the graveyard.
That is one thing that with Madolches you have to be careful of. If you do let the
Bujin player
set up on so many turns, he can't usually have enough cards in hand to disrupt almost anything you do. But we do see the Mikhail and Angelique come out.
But did you see exactly what Mikhail dropped?
No, I did not.
Maxi.
Oh, my heart.
Maxi. That struggle is about to get real. And Christian is taking that Maxi challenge. There's already 1 summon off of Angelique. There's the second summon for Angelique's effect. So Mikhail's going to draw another card. And maybe Christian decides to stop right there because I mean, Mikhail's already got his +1 from it and dug into his deck a couple more cards.
So hopefully he gets the second card in hand that after he gets to recycle off of the killing of Mikhail or Message Aloud.
Yeah.
He'll be able to grab something and have a response next turn.
And he knows that the Bujin player has the adequate amount of setup to make, you know, certain plays, just because he knows what he's given him. He's given him that hand to make plays. So Christian White can either dig himself deeper into the hole, but he elects to pass turn. Mikhail's going to special summon Bujin Hirumi and maybe summon another Crane. How did I know? You always summon that Crane. The Crane and the Hirumi are going to make, I would assume, a Biz Dweller to completely shut Christian White out of his face-down hand, which we already know. And then
also
the other...
on the Madolche is searching for a ticket.
You were correct. And that new Philly is a walking target. It's nothing else to be said about that. He's going to take some damage from that hit, and it's not going to be pretty.
Maxi challenge every time, unfortunately. You cannot take it.
You can't take that Maxi challenge?
But it always happens in the worst of times for Madolches.
Yeah.
There is never a good time to see Maxi.
Oh, no. It really isn't,
You gotta hope they just drop it randomly on you and you guys go, okay.
Oh, draw phase Maxi? I don't need to special summon. I'll just set a hand.
I'm just gonna sit here a little bit, but no, it's always when you see that Mikhail, you always see that Maxi drop and it just makes your day sad.
Oh, wow. Just to let you guys know, the Messenger Gelato was special summoned through Tiramisu, so it is not destroyed as a result of battle. It actually doesn't get destroyed until the end phase of his next turn, am I correct?
It gets sent back to the deck.
Oh, I'm sorry. It does get sent back.
However, it can still be destroyed by card effects. A lot of people make the mistake of they think that bottomless and stuff like that does not affect. It actually still does. It's only cannot be destroyed by battle.
Okay, that's nice to know. I'm pretty sure Christian White comes to the realization that that the Messenger Gelato couldn't be destroyed by battle when he special summons or he places it back on the field. But unfortunately, Mikhail's kind of set up with the 3 back row and the Bujin Yamato and the Mikazushi and the Dweller.
Having both on field, being able to search out his spell card, the Bujin Incarnation, plus being able to dump whatever he wants or route whatever he wants.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for the Madolche player, especially how long that Yamato has sat on the board already.
Duh. His helmet's prepared.
Oh, it is.
That man's helmet is on. It's tightened.
Spikes,
man. Oh, no.
He spent money on this thing.
Oh, God.
FDA approved.
Oh, God.
Drive on that freeway.
Oh, God, no. And Who Cake is normal summoned. He's going to attempt to activate Who Cake and loses it to a Fiendish Chain.
Oh,
2 chains.
His heart has to be
He was like, I was going to get you back. I was going to get you back until you played cards to stop me.
However, he still does have tickets, so he does get the search off.
Yes, correct. Oh, did you see his hand?
I did not.
Oh my God, that was ice hand. He had a hand full of hands. Just don't look at that hand anymore. Just look at the.
It's pretty much gonna be over right
Yeah,
here,
that.
Unfortunately, it's gonna be extremely hard to see it come back right now, especially since the guy is being smart and keeping 3 monsters on board and just sitting on them.
Yeah.
Tiramisu can only wipe out so much of it at one time, and
Yeah.
he still has a response player in hand, most likely having already Yamato sit on board for how many turns? About 5?
Too many.
4, 6?
One too many. Let's just say one. Any turn, any time past turn 1, even turn 1, it's too many for Yamato to sit on board. Just to create a soft lock on you, it's not cool. But it's nothing else to say. This seems to be about it. Mikhail Martinez special summons another Hirumi. He's gonna overlay. Ironically, none of his monsters can get over that Who Cake. The Who Cake is 2,000 attack.
Oh my God.
That's a struggle. But I'm pretty sure he's going into Paladynamo. Oh. I was expecting Susuono, but he already used both his Hirumi, so Paladynamo is going to put game on the board. So Martinez is your winner. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.